Imagine a furry friend who loves your family, ready to protect them no matter what. But what happens when a terrible misunderstanding changes everything? Find out in *The Loyal Mongoose.
Dev Sharma was a Brahmin who used to live with his wife in a certain town. One day, his wife gave birth to a son, and they were very happy, filling their home with joy. On the very same day, a female mongoose gave birth to a baby mongoose very near his house. As destiny would have it, the mother mongoose died soon after the birth. When they observed this, the kind Brahmin and his wife took pity on the small creature. The Brahmin's wife adopted the little mongoose and started looking after him as if he were her own son. She served her own breast milk to both her own son and a little mongoose, showing him the same love and care. She bathed them together, making sure they were both clean and comfortable, and even put oil on them together. She was truly a fond and loving mother for both of them, treating them equally. Her own little son and the mongoose grew up side by side, becoming the best of friends. Both her son and the mongoose were very fond of each other, finding joy in every shared moment. They spent all their time together, playing and resting, inseparable companions. However, she was not a foolish woman and understood the true nature of their adopted pet. Knowing that the mongoose was an animal in reality, with its own wild instincts, she always kept a careful guard. Deep in her heart, she often worried, thinking, "He is a mongoose and will soon develop the animal instincts that he has inherited from his species." She mused further, "Someday he may harm my own beloved son, even by mistake." Thus she resolved, "I shall always keep a close watch on him, ensuring everyone's safety." Her vigilance was a constant presence, a mother's natural concern. One day, she had to fetch some water, so she put her son to bed, and while going outside with the pitcher, asked her husband to keep a watch. She said, "I am going to the well to fetch some water. Please look after our son and make sure the mongoose does not hurt him by mistake." The Brahmin was careless. Without informing his wife, he got prepared and went to beg for alms, leaving the little mongoose and their son alone by themselves. As it happened, during the very time they were alone, a poisonous snake entered the house through a hole and started approaching the Brahmin's son. When the mongoose saw this, he attacked his natural enemy to defend the child, who was like a brother to him. Although he was small and the snake was strong, he fought with all his might and bit the snake into pieces, and eventually killed the snake. His mouth and claws were all smeared with the snake's blood. The little mongoose was very proud of itself and waited outside the house for the Brahmin's wife. He was eager to show his mother how brave he was and what he had done. Knowing her husband's carelessness, the Brahmin's wife was tense and was returning in a hurry when she saw the little mongoose coming towards her. Her heart pounded with a mix of fear and urgency as she rushed back home. She noticed that he was covered in blood, a sight that instantly filled her with terror. Without pausing to think, she jumped to the tragic conclusion that the mongoose must have attacked her son. Angered and frustrated by what she believed had happened, she reacted impulsively. She threw the heavy pitcher, full of water, that she was carrying on the little mongoose, striking him hard. The brave little mongoose was severely wounded by her sudden, forceful blow. She ran inside, her mind reeling with dread, fearing the worst for her child. To her utter amazement and relief, she saw her son safely sleeping in his cradle, completely unharmed. Her gaze then fell upon the floor, and she saw the snake near the cradle that had been torn into shreds. At once she realized what had truly happened, a wave of understanding washing over her. She was heartbroken with the thought of having hurt the little mongoose, who was like a son to her, in such a cruel way. A deep sorrow settled in her heart, knowing her hasty actions had led to such a terrible outcome for her loyal companion, not knowing who to blame. When her husband returned home, she explained the entire heartbreaking event. He listened intently, his face growing somber with each word she spoke. Together, they were both very sorry for the suffering of their second son. the mongoose, whom they had lost to a tragic misunderstanding. This sad tale teaches us a very important lesson in life. Always think carefully and try to understand the entire situation before you act or make judgments about others. Sometimes things are not always what they seem at first glance, and quick decisions based on incomplete information can lead to deep regret. It is always best to be patient, observe clearly, and seek all the facts before taking any action.
Ever dreamed of being the hero? Now you get to be the star. Your adventure starts at TalesMio. Visit talesmio.com now.